Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Continuing our top 15 series, we've got something special lined up for you today. I know so many of you have been asking for a customer reviews analysis for this one. Well, we're finally doing it. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details. Let's begin by examining the insights provided by our first reviewer.
This reviewer strongly advises that if you want to install this printer for wireless use, you should honestly just throw away the included instructions. Our reviewer found them to be completely misleading and a source of major frustration, describing the process as a significant headache that could have been easily avoided. The key issue seems to be with the manufacturer's recommended setup method and its accompanying smart app, which this client found to be a useless decoy that does nothing to help get the device online for the first time. After much trial and error, our reviewer discovered a reliable workaround. The only successful method was to initially place the printer next to the router and connect it directly with an Ethernet cable. Once the device was physically connected to the network, its IP address could be found. While the mobile app was useless for setup, it was ironically helpful for this one specific task of identifying the IP. By typing that address into a web browser, this client was able to access the printer's internal settings page. From there, they could manually enter the Wi-Fi network name and password, finally enabling a true wireless connection. Once that was done, the Ethernet cable could be unplugged and the printer worked flawlessly. It was easily found by all computers on the network, including Chromebooks, which supported it directly. It's a shame the setup is so convoluted, because the hardware itself performs well. The experience was a classic case of a good product being severely let down by an illogical and poorly designed installation process.
Alright, let's find out what our next reviewer has to share.
This reviewer found themselves in need of a new printer after a recent move. Our reviewer explained that their previous wireless model, which had worked reliably for years, just couldn't connect to the new fiber optic internet at their home. After looking into various home laser printers, this client settled on this particular model for a few key reasons. Primarily, the inclusion of an Ethernet port was a major selling point, allowing it to be plugged directly into the router for a stable, hassle-free connection without worrying about Wi-Fi dropouts. Another significant advantage was its ability to automatically print on both sides of a page, a convenient feature that eliminates the manual effort of refeeding paper. The surprisingly low cost for a device with these capabilities sealed the deal. Despite having read some complaints online about a difficult setup process, our reviewer's experience was the complete opposite. In fact, they found that removing all the protective packing tape from the unit actually took more time than the configuration itself. For each of their computers, the process was straightforward. After connecting the printer to the router, their Windows machines found it with just a few clicks, and a Linux laptop detected and configured it automatically. It was a genuinely simple plug-and-play experience. The reviewer also addressed another common criticism regarding the need for special toner. They suspect this complaint is less about availability and more about the difficulty of finding cheaper third-party compatible cartridges. From their perspective, it's a reasonable trade-off. When a feature-rich printer is offered at such an accessible price point, it's understandable that the manufacturer would aim to make its profit on the consumables. All in all, this client gives the printer a strong recommendation, especially loving the feature that lets them email documents to print from the road.
Alright, let's find out what our next reviewer has to share.
This reviewer, coming from an IT background where printer setup is second nature, was eager to share their experience with this laser printer, their first personal one. Having worked with numerous laser printers in a professional setting, our reviewer had a good frame of reference for comparison. The pros definitely stood out. The print speed was surprisingly fast, especially considering the cost. It jumps into action quickly, even from sleep mode. The print quality is decent at the standard setting, but this client found that bumping up the resolution in the printer settings offered a noticeable improvement, striking a nice balance between clarity and toner consumption. A major selling point for our reviewer was the availability of affordable third-party toner cartridges. In their experience, these work just as well as the name brand ones, which is a huge plus. Regarding potential downsides, this client hasn't encountered the sleep mode issue some other users reported, but they're keeping an eye on it. One initial setup quirk is that the Wi-Fi connection requires installing the HP driver software on a computer and connecting the device with a USB cable. Also, like others, our reviewer noticed a faint high-pitched sound when the printer is in sleep mode. However, they found it only noticeable when very close to the device, easily masked by ambient noise. As a last resort, one can simply power it off. In summary, for the price, this printer has exceeded expectations. While it lacks some of the bells and whistles like the LCD screen found on more expensive models, the core printing functionality is excellent. This client would recommend this device to anyone with moderate printing needs. If you're churning out thousands of pages a month, a model with a larger toner capacity might be a better fit, but for typical home or small office use, this printer offers excellent value.
That's it for this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.